Okay, I don't know where to start. There's a lot to say when an entire freaking album has been released. I'll try to take things one at a time. If you've followed my channel for a while, you may remember a video I created talking about a specific topic related to Scaled and Icy. The topic I was discussing was something known as pink clouding, which is something that many addicts experience at the beginning of their time of recovery. That specifically isn't super important now, but it is the background of Scaled and Icy, which I have pointed out, and it has very strong themes of addiction and denial. Some lyrics of Scaled and Icy to use as evidence for this are Good days, my sunshine is a buzz and a light. Chokers, only smoking secondhand, and self-sabotage is a sweet romance. Shyaway's searching for that feeling just like an I love you, which implies using drugs for the nice feelings they cause in order to fill a hole that isn't being filled. The Outsides stand in line one by one, take a hit, as well as on fumes I am running. Saturdays lose my sense of time or two, medicate in the afternoon, which seems to be specifying alcohol. Mulberry Streets, keep your bliss, there's nothing wrong with this. Keep your pills, save your breath, and, most poignantly, everybody relies on synthetic highs. Finally, in Redecorate, we hear, he feels trapped when he's not inebriated, and fair to say he's fairly sedated most days of the week. Basically, Psy was the stage of convincing yourself, or Tyler convincing himself, or Clancy convincing himself, and fighting with ourselves to begin the path to recovery. Now, here we are in Clancy, with Scaled and Icy far back in the distance. Clancy isn't dead, obviously. I do want to point out that pink clouding does frequently lead to relapse, which starts the journey of recovery all over again. We've come from that phase of pink clouding, and now we've landed ourselves back on the journey of recovery. It's the same as a cycle we've been watching for a while. Let's look at some lyrics again. Overcompensate starts by quoting one of Clancy's letters. 02203 Moon 18. This letter describes episodes with dreams of flying and an out-of-body experience. This is important, so keep it in your back pocket for the last part of the video, or of the series, to be decided. It also seems like Overcompensate might be discussing using drugs in an attempt to get sleep. Next Semester says it's a taste test of what I hate less, then can't change what you've done, start fresh next semester, or start fresh with the new year. What did he taste? In a previous video, I said the taste test line seems to indicate a return to Dima. In the context of addiction, this would obviously be an allegory to relapse. You can't change the fact that you've relapsed when you do. But you can move on and start over with your streak of sobriety. Sadly, Snapback is full of pessimism, talking all about the progress that's been undone because of the relapse. He kicked his addiction in 2017. What that addiction was is none of our business, by the way. And now, here he is, back at the start line, calling it a backslide. Notice he's talking to himself in the music video. Okay, I'm going to make an interjection here because, in my opinion, this is very important. Guys, an initial relapse does not undo your progress. The idea of a sobriety streak is great, but with the wrong mindset, it will only hurt you. Snapback expresses this. Any progress made in recovery cannot be undone. You don't lose the coping skills you've learned because you fell into forgetting them for a moment, or for some reason they aren't always working. All of the growth of a person that you gain in recovery is not undone. You know who you are as a person better now. You know the needs you have and how to meet them without a substance or a knife. A relapse is not a backslide or a fall back. Healing and recovery are not linear, and a relapse can be a small hiccup on the road. You can't change what you've done in relapse, and in the same way, you can't change what you've done in recovery. That's why we can start fresh. Listen to next semester a little more than snap back so you can focus on the truth. A huge amount of strength is built up in recovery, and in the moment of relapse, that strength can be used again to get back on the wagon. Okay, back to some lyrical evidence. Backslide. Right now, I'm just going to point out, I don't care you control me, because at some point we'll discuss this song again. I think it's fair to say that this song is definitely talking about a backslide in addiction recovery. Vignette is a big one here. Tyler told us outright that this one's about addiction. Can you guys even believe that? Like, the fact that he just gave it to us almost makes me wonder if it's true. Anyway, Fresh Off a Bender in the Woods is clearly talking about alcohol abuse. Or drugs, but less likely, I think. A tribute to zombies of which I've become. Tunnels cave, visions fade, could be describing taking a hit of a downer like heroin. Can't hold out his hand without shaking. Sounds like withdrawals. Then, no, not me, it's for a friend, denial. Seems to be laying out a scenario where someone has discovered drugs and Tyler is claiming they aren't his and that he's holding on to them for a friend. The Cravings title could be a hint at addiction without the song's content being about it. Navigate talks about haze in his vision and dissociation. Then he says, don't know how long it's been. Another line to keep in mind for later. Alright, so addiction is a theme here. We had Tyler, or possibly Clancy, beginning his recovery and pink clouding with Scaled and Icy. Time has gone by, and we can see it. That leads to our next topic. I'm creating part 2 of this theory as I speak. I'm making no more promises on how long I'm going to take because they are always broken. But I will see you soon. Thank you so much for your patience and for watching. I can't wait to tie this all up in a bow soon enough.